We pay homage to the fully enlightened Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. We pay homage to our teacher, Lukku Swamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu. So do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask? Anything you need to discuss? Any Dhamma thing?
Oh, sorry, Bhante. Can I ask Bhante one question, please?
Mm-hmm.
In the Paticca Samuppada, Bhante, when we want to break the link, do we break it at contact or do we break it at feeling, Bhante?
No, it's, if we talk about the breaking, it should, the avidya should be eliminated. That's where it should be. It's going a different direction. The noble truth, Four Noble Truths should be realized. Otherwise, we cannot do anything in the middle or in the end. Four Noble Truths should be fully realized. Without realizing the Four Noble Truths, no one can live in the world without craving. That's impossible. Because the living means hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. They go together. As long as there is lack of knowledge, the craving will exist. At the same time, the true knowledge comes, the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths comes, the craving is eliminated. It happens at the same time. So it's impossible for a person to experience zero craving while living with lack of knowledge of the Four Noble Truths. Okay.
Yes, Bhante. Bahamapan.
How quickly, Bhante, how quickly do the monks learn dependent origination? I mean, really learn it and integrate it, as often takes so long?
It depends on the individual's karma and, you know, habits coming from past lives. And also the effort one puts into that learning. Depends on many factors.
Typically, when a monk starts, he already has, in a lot of cases, has a very solid knowledge of dependent origination.
Only some monks. Yeah. It needs lots of learning and memorizing.
Would you have some children or some adolescents with a good knowledge of dependent origination?
Oh yeah. We see some kids who came to these classes and took the lessons for years. They have very good knowledge about dependent origination. Very good memory. Sometimes we ask those kids like, what is the cause of craving? And they, like, on the spot they would answer. What is the cause of feeling? What is the cause of sense basis?
You think they would actually apply it to their lives in any way?
Yeah, I think, yeah. That's why they already experience some sort of happiness, peace, relief. Did anybody read the suttas from the Sutta Central lately?
One thing I did.
Mhm.
I came across the Sutta Central, and also the access to insight origin. And if I was so interested, but I didn't understand some of it. The Abhidhamma Pitaka. There's the 7 books, right? What are they?
7 books about?
Yeah, what are they?
About what?
The title, I think it's called the Abhidhamma Pitaka.
Yeah, you can see here if you go to, so let's go with me. If you go to Sutta Central, so they have changed their interface.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you go to Sutta Central.
yeah.
See here, basket of discourses. That is Sutta Pitaka. Basket of monastic law. That is Vinaya Pitaka.
Oh,
Basket of systematic treatise. That is Abhidhamma Pitaka. So if you click here,
oh, monastic law. Oh,
yeah. So I don't know much about it, but I think everything is here. There should be a different collection, a summary of all the books of the Abhidhamma Pitaka.
are these Abhidhamma teachings were the original?
Yeah, like these are the translation of the Pali. So like here, if you go to Sutta Pitaka, you have these collections. It's very new now. I don't know how it works.
Oh, so they translated?
No, the Sutta, the website view is
Oh, the best.
they changed the design. So here, if we go to basket of discourses, you see,
Yeah.
you see the collections of long discourses, Diga
Yeah.
Nikaya. Collection of middle discourses, Majjhima Nikaya. Collection of linked discourses, Samyutta Nikaya. Collection of numbered discourses, Anguttara Nikaya. Collection of minor discourses, Khuddaka Nikaya. Other discourses. And like that,
Oh.
yeah, you can see different collections. Like if you go to Khuddaka Nikaya, you can see under that Dhammapada, Khuddaka Nikaya. You go to Khuddaka Nikaya. Linda, so did you search around this? They have
Oh.
changed.
Yes. Just a little bit.
So
but
how to go to different books of Khuddaka Nikaya?
I didn't go there. Right. If we click. Bante,
Oh yeah, so these are I found it.
Yeah. Yes.
So these are different books under Khuddaka Nikaya. So Dhammapada, Udana, Itivuttaka, Sutta Nipata, Vimanavattu, Hetavattu, Theragata, Therigata, Therapadana, Theripadana, Buddhavansa, Charyapitaka, Jataka, Mahanidesa, Chulanidesa, Patisambhida Magga, Nitipakarana, Petokopdesa Milindapanya. So they come under Khuddaka Nikaya here, according to this website. So we go again under Khuddaka Nikaya, minor readings,
Minor readings.
sayings of the Dhammapada. Can you read?
Yeah.
Next one, Udana.
Udana. Oh,
What is the meaning?
heartfelt sayings.
Next one,
So it was said.
Iti Uttaka. Next one,
Analogy of discourses.
next one,
Sutta Nipata. Stories of heavenly mansions.
Vimanavattu comes under
Vimanambe.
Khuddaka Nikaya, right? Next one,
Stories of hungry ghost. Pitavatu.
next one.
Verses of the senior monk.
Senior monks means the enlightened monks, okay? It should be
Oh.
enlightened monks.
Oh.
Next
Parag-
one,
Verses of the senior nuns.
enlightened nuns.
Tarigata.
Mm-hmm.
The same Tarikatas Hari nuns.
Therigata.
Oh, same. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Past life legends of the senior monks.
Yeah, Arhants. Past life. That's a very
Tarapatana.
beautiful one. Right.
Sarapatana.
Oh. I'm very new to this.
Sariputta.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bhante, just short questions. The minor collection, some of them were added a little bit later in.
Yeah, like for example, last one, Questions of King Milinda. Oh, have you read that? Questions of King Milinda?
Melinda.
Have you read that?
I no, Bhante, I didn't read everything yet.
So this is a beautiful one.
Yeah, one day. Then I went.
Oh, that's very long, kind of.
Then I went looking.
Let's learn a
It's
shorter
so,
one.
Yeah.
Let me find a shorter one.
But then not purification, aeration, translation.
For example, maybe this one. Okay, this is a shorter one. So what is here? Let's learn. Can somebody read? So these are the questions asked by a king named Milinda that happened after, when the Buddha was alive. It happened after the Buddha's passing away. And there was an arhat called Nagasena Arhat Thero, and that Thero answered these questions.
Wow,
So
such a long
now
name.
the king is asking.
Yeah. Oh, I stumbled on the Pali, learning Pali basics.
Good, good. So can somebody read this?
I will read, Bhante.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I? Must there be only one Buddha at a time?
Do you know that Buddha has said that in one world system, in one world system, there is going to be only one Buddha, not two Buddhas. So now the king is going to ask about that.
Why?
Why is that?
J.
Okay.
Yes.
A.
Okay, can I start now,
Mhm,
Bhante?
mhm.
Venerable Nagasena, these two were said by the Blessed One. This is an impossibility, an occurrence for which there can be no cause, that in one world, two Arahat Buddhas supreme should arise at one and the same time. Such a thing can in no wise be. But Nagasena, when they are preaching, all the Tathagatas preach the doctrine as to the 37 constituent elements of insight. When they are talking, it is of the noble truths that they talk. When they are instructing, it is in the 3 trainings that they instruct. When they are teaching, it is the practice of zeal that they teach. If Nagasena, the preaching of all the Tathagatas is one, and their talk of the same thing, and their training the same, and their teaching one, why then should not 2 Tathagatas arise at the same time?
Like,
Or,
is that clear, the question? If all the Buddhas teach the same thing, so why wouldn't 2 Buddhas are born at the same time and teach more Dhamma to the world? Like only one Buddha can do like limited, he thinks that limited service to the world. So if 2 Buddhas are there, they can do more Dhamma propagation, right?
right.
If they teach the same thing, why? The king asks, why only one Buddha?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Already,
Another
but
Kalyana Mitra? Oh, you want to continue? Okay, continue.
yeah, I can continue until the paragraph ends.
Okay.
Already by the appearance of one Buddha has this world become flooded with light. If there should be a second Buddha, the world would be still more illuminated by the glory of them both. When they were exhorting 2 Tathagatas, would exhort at ease. When they were instructing 2 Tathagatas, would instruct at ease. Tell me the reason of this, that I may put away my doubt.
Sadhu, sadhu, we rejoice in your reading. And is that clear, the question?
Yes.
King's question? Okay, now the answer from Arahant Mahin, the Nagasena Thero. Who is going to read the answer? Another Kalyana Mitra to read the answer?
Okay, one thing I read.
Mm-hmm.
This world system, O king, is a one Buddha supporting world. That is, it is bear the virtue of only a single Tathagata. If a second Tathagata were to arise, the world could not bear him. It would shake and tremble. It would bend this way and that. It would disperse, scattered into pieces, dissolve, be utterly destroyed, just as a boat, O king, might be able to carry one passenger across. Then, when one man had got on board, it would be well trimmed and able to bear his weight. But if a second man were to come like to the first image and cast and strength and size and stoutness of body and build a frame, and he too should get on board the boat, would that boat be able, O king, to carry them both? Certainly not, sir. It would shake and tremble. It would bend this way and that. It would break into pieces, be shattered, be dissolved, and utterly destroyed. It would sink into the waves. Just so, O king, with this world, if a second Tathagata were to appear, or suppose a king that a man had eaten as much food as he wanted, even so that he had filled himself with nourishment up to the throat, and he, thus satiated, regaled, filled with good cheer, with no room left for more, drowsy and stiff as a stick one cannot bend, were again to eat as much food as he had eaten before, would such a man, O king, then be at ease? Certainly not, sir. If he were to eat again, but once more, he would die. Well, no more could this world bear a second Tathagata than that man could bear a second meal. But
Sadhu. We rejoiced in your reading. So now Nagasena Bhante explains the reason why this world, this earth cannot hold two Buddhas at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So another Kalanamitta to continue reading.
Okay, I can read again if you want.
I can read Bhante.
Okay.
Okay.
But how is that, Nagasena? Would the earth tremble at a too great weight of goodness? Suppose, O king, there were two carts quite filled with precious things up to the top, and people were to take the things from one cart and pile them up on the other. Would that one be able to carry the weight of both? Certainly not, sir. The nave of its wheels would split, and the spokes would break, and the circumference would fall to pieces, and the axle tree would break in twain. But how is that, O king? Would the cart come to pieces owing to the too great weight of goods? Yes, it would. Well, just so, O king, would the earth tremble owing to the too great weight of goodness. But that argument has been adduced to make the power of the Buddhas known. Here, another fitting reason why two Buddhas could not appear at the same time. If, O king, two Buddhas were to arise together, then would disputes arise between their followers, and at the words, your Buddha, our Buddha, they would divide off into two parties, just as would the followers of two rival, powerful ministers of state. This is the other reason, O king, why two Buddhas could not appear at the same time. Here a further reason, O king, why two Buddhas could not appear at the same time. If that were so, then the passage of scripture that the Buddha is the chief would become false, and the passage that the Buddha takes precedence of all would become false, and the passage that the Buddha is the best of all would become false. And so all those passages where the Buddha is said to be the most excellent, the most exalted, the highest of all, the peerless one, without an equal, the matchless one who hath neither counterpart nor rival, all would be proved false. Accept this reason too as in truth, a reason why two Buddhas cannot arise at once. But besides that, O king, this is a natural characteristic of the Buddhas, the blessed ones, that one Buddha only should arise in the world. And why? By reason of the greatness of the virtue of all-knowing Buddhas. Of other things also, whatever is mighty in the world is singular. The broad earth is great, O king, and it is only one. The ocean is mighty, and it is only one. Sinaru, the king of the mountains, is great, and it is only one. Space is mighty, and it is only one. Saka, the king of the gods, is great, and he is only one. Mara, the evil one, death, is great, and he is only one. Mahabrahma is mighty, and he is only one. A Tathagata, an Arahat Buddha supreme, is great, and he is alone in the world. Wherever any one of these spring up, then there is no room for a second. And therefore, O king, is it that only one Tathagata, an Arahat Buddha supreme, can appear at one time in the world? Well, has the puzzle, Nagasena, been discussed by simile adduced and reason given? Even an unintelligent man on hearing this would be satisfied. How much rather one great in wisdom as myself. Very good, Nagasena. That is so, and I accept it as you say.
Sadhu, sadhu. Did you see? That's how the Milinda, Panya, the king of Milindas goes. So the king asks questions like that. Why can't two Buddhas appear in this world and do greater service? What is the reason? The Arahant Bhante explains that is impossible, right? At the same time, there were Buddhas in the past, many Buddhas, and there are going to be Buddhas in future. But at the same time, always there is one Buddha. Because this earth cannot bear the virtues, the qualities, extraordinary qualities of such an remarkable being. It's against the natural law. So all the great things, mighty things are always singular, right? That's the reason. So like that, you can. There are very interesting questions asked by King Milinda. So today, like now, you learned why two Buddhas don't appear at the same time, right? Do you have any other questions?
Bhante, may I ask you about that agama? I know
That's
we have.
the Chinese collection of Sutta Pitaka. That's called, when we say Kudda, we say Majjhima Nikaya, they say Majjhima Agama. We say Diga Nikaya, they say Diga Agama. Like that.
Yes, Bhante. Are they also consider original teachings of the Supreme Buddha, Bhante?
I have read some of those, but there are some different parts added to their suttas.
What Buddha?
Yes, Bhante.
Mhm. Because when after the third Dhamma Council happened in India, 2,236 years after the Buddha's passing away, Moggal Buddhist Thero, Arahant Thero sent Arahant monks to different countries with the teachings of the Buddha, to Sri Lanka and to other countries like that. So there was this some splitted, some groups of Theravada also, and some of those groups went to China, and they are called Sarvastavadin. So we call Theravadin like that. Sarvastavadin went to Sri Lanka. That's another school of Theravada, and so they maintain their own Sutta Pitaka there. It's very close, but there are some different paragraphs added very clearly. You can see added later those original teachings. But the Theravada translation that we use here in the Sutta Central, also in that translation, in that website, we can see very clearly the original discourses which we use in our classes.
So Bhante, the sects are Savarstiwadinas, that they went to China. That sects, right? Because okay, yes. And then Agama started from there, Bhante.